Hey everyone, and welcome. My name is Janine, and thank you so much for joining me here today. Today's practice is a leg Lovin flow, so we're going to spend some time really opening up the roots of our body. So spending some time really getting into some deep, nourishing stretches for the lower body. Getting into the IT bands, the hamstrings, the quads, the feet. So really just trying to open up the back line. So give some nice attention to our hard working legs. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin in a seated pigeon or a figure four. So bring your feet out in front of you, feet back or hands back behind you. And you can lengthen your left leg just so you can cross your right over top of your knee. And then go ahead and bend your left leg once again, pushing out with your hands so you can open up your chest here, flexing that top foot, and just think about sending your right knee away from you. So maybe you can already feel here that you are creating a bit of an opening and you're getting a bit of a pull in that right glute. And if you would like from here, you can begin to rock side to side. So maybe that starts to give sensation in some other areas of the glutes. So I know when I really drop my knee over to the left, I'm getting a really big pull in the outer glute on the right hand side. So just notice where you feel it and send some deep, nourishing breath to that sensation, to that tightness. Maybe if it feels good, you want to close down your eyes here. And I'll take 2 more rounds of breath, either staying still or rocking side to side. And coming back to center from here, we'll lengthen that left leg just so we can uncross. Maybe give it a little shake here, maybe shake out the feet a bit. And then go ahead and cross your left leg and your left foot over top of that right knee, bending into your right foot this time. So placing that right sole of the foot on the mat and pushing away, opening up the chest here. Maybe pushing actively with your left knee and see if you can feel that opening that's starting to be created by just coming into this pose. So you'll get a deeper sensation if you bring your heel closer to your bum. So maybe just check that out and see what feels good to you. So farther away will be a little bit more gentle. Closer will be a little bit more sensation. So go ahead and rock side to side if that feels good for you. Just beginning to notice what's going on in the outer glute on the left-hand side, keeping your foot flexed and breathing into this shape, maybe closing the eyes down if that felt good, and just send some love to this hard-working body, all that it does for you, all the adventures it takes you on. It's pretty incredible. So, thank you, body. Two more rounds of breath. And go ahead and come back to center so you can lengthen that right leg, uncrossing, bringing your left leg long, and just a little shake out here. So we're going to cross our legs so we can roll ourselves forward onto our hands and knees, just setting ourselves up in a tabletop for a moment here. And just give yourself a little round of cat and cow just to warm up the spine. So drop your belly, lift your gaze on your inhale, tuck your tailbone, round your spine on your exhale. One more time on your own. And coming to neutral, let's tuck our toes back behind us. Maybe just bring our hands 1 inch out a little farther in front of us and begin to send your hips up nice and high, coming into your first downward facing dog. So this is an awesome full body stretch. There's a lot going on here. So push actively into your hands. Think about kind of hugging your elbows in towards one another. So you're getting this internal rotation of the shoulders. Dropping your head down. Really think about pushing your tailbone in your seat up to the sky. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. So your heels are going in the direction of the ground, but they certainly do not need to touch. So just check out what's going on in the back line. Maybe you want to pedal out the feet here. Maybe you've already started to do that if that feels good. So you can start to get a little length in the side bodies. When you bend each knee, let your head be heavy. And one more round of breath. And we're going to slowly begin to walk ourselves to the top of our mat, coming into a forward fold. So just grabbing onto opposite elbows here, maybe swaying side to side. Again, let your head be nice and heavy, feeling into the back lines of the body. How are the hammies feeling today? Mine are feeling pretty tight. And we'll slowly begin to roll ourselves up to a standing position. Taking your time, letting your head be last to come up. Let's roll those shoulder blades back behind us. Shine your palms forward. And let's take a big breath in and out. We'll inhale as we float our hands up towards the sky. Let your palms touch. And exhale, we're just gonna fold ourselves right back forward. So from here, go ahead and pick up your right foot and cross it over your left. So this can be a nice place for a block. If you have one handy, then you can bring the ground closer to you. So I find this a really nice stretch in the IT band. Really think about pushing equally into both feet. You can bend your knees slightly here too. You don't have to have your legs completely straight. And drop your head down. Let yourself feel this variation in this fold. Noticing where it's targeting on you. Perhaps you would like to begin to walk your hands over to the left side a little bit. Maybe bringing that block with you if you have it. And seeing how that's changing sensation. I'm getting quite a pull onto my right IT band here. Maybe push back with your right hip a little bit. Drop your head down. Take a big breath in and out. And you can walk yourself back to the front of your mat. Just go ahead and uncross your right foot and we'll come into a standard Uttanasana, forward fold. And you can roll yourself back up to a standing position in your Tadasana. And just shine your palms forward for a moment. Let's inhale as we reach our hands to the sky. Exhale to heart center. From here, go ahead and pick up your right foot, so bending at the knee, and we're gonna step it to the back of the mat on a 45-degree angle. So we're setting ourselves up for a warrior one. So we're just gonna stay here for one round of breath. Bring your hands to the sky if you'd like, or keep them at heart center, bending into that left knee. Inhaling here. And exhale, hands to heart center. Begin to lengthen your left leg. And we're gonna fold forward. So we're coming into a pyramid pose. Also amazing place for some blocks. So go ahead and put those on whatever setting feels good to you. Again, keep as little or as big of a bend into your knee as you need to. Maybe inhale, coming into a long spine, flat back. And exhale as you begin to fold forward, bringing your head towards your knee. Certainly doesn't need to touch. So pull that left hip back as you pull your right hip forward. So we're squaring everything off forward here. So really nice big stretch in the calves. Feeling this in the back of the inner thigh even. So we are coming into some strong poses, but really deep stretches. So just let yourself breathe deeply into the shape. One more round of breath. And we'll inhale to lift our torso up first, maybe removing the blocks if you need to. And we'll plant our hands just so we can step ourselves back into that downward facing dog. So just walk it out for a second here. Let yourself feel into that side body stretch again. Maybe turning your heels to one side and then to the other. Bending your knees deeply. Whatever feels good. And let's begin to walk ourselves to the top of the mat. Coming back into your forward fold. We'll inhale as we begin to roll ourselves up. Take your time here, just rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Let your head be last to come up. Shine your palms forward. And inhale as you reach your hands to the sky. Let your palms brush. And right away, exhale to fold forward. This time we're gonna pick up our left foot and cross it over our right. So coming back into that variation in our forward fold. Again, bringing a block in front of you if that feels better to bring the ground closer to you. I certainly prefer it here. And maybe staying here at center. Or if you'd like to walk your hands over to the right hand side, bringing your block with you, then you can also do that. So pushing equally into all four corners of the feet. Don't worry about having straight legs here. Embrace any shakes that are going on. Your legs are waking up, letting you know that they are alive and feeling all the things. Mine certainly are. So take 2 rounds of breath here. Let yourself melt into this fold. And we'll begin to bring ourselves back to center. If you have walked over to the right hand side, just uncrossing that leg, coming back into your Uttanasana, forward fold. This time let's inhale to a halfway lift. So bring your hands onto your shins, coming into a flat back, feeling that length you're creating again in the hamstrings. Nice and active here. Taking another full round of breath. And exhale to fold. Go ahead and roll yourself back up to standing, coming into your Tadasana. Shining your palms forward. Taking a breath here. Inhaling as you reach your hands to the sky. And exhale to heart center. Go ahead and pick up your left foot this time. And we're gonna step it to the back of the mat on a 45-degree angle, setting yourself up for your warrior one. Maybe hands to the sky if that feels good. Just 1 round of breath here, bending deeply into that front knee. And bringing your hands back to heart center, begin to lengthen that front leg as you fold forward, coming into your pyramid pose. So again, grabbing onto your blocks if you need to here. Maybe growing your spine nice and long, flat back, taking an inhale. And as you exhale, beginning to fold yourself forward over that extended leg, bringing your head, your chin towards that knee, pushing into that back heel, keeping a little micro bend into this front leg so you're not overextending as well if you're super flexible. So taking a few rounds of breath here, checking in with how this side feels. One more round of breath. Feel yourself deflate even slightly more on that exhale. And inhale to lift up your chest, removing your blocks, plant your hands, step it back to your downward facing dog. Just a couple breaths here to walk it out once again, bending deeply into your knees, pushing your heels down. And let's go ahead and drop our knees onto the earth, sinking our hips onto our heels, just sitting up onto our heels for one moment before we come into our hero's pose. So you're going to stay just as you are, bringing your hands back behind you, and go ahead and lift up your hips, tuck your pelvis, and then sit yourself down. So if you'd like to come deeper, begin to walk your hands even farther behind you, but every time you lower down, pick up your hips and tuck your tailbone so that you can protect your lower back, and then sink yourself lower, maybe onto your elbows, or maybe you're really flexible and you want to lie yourself flat onto the earth. Doesn't matter where you are, just really think about pushing into your knees, pushing out of your hands or your elbows to grow, your chest nice and open here. So big stretch in the quads. So this is a little intense for me, so I'm gonna stay upright. This feels like a better spot for me today. So make sure you listen to your body. Don't push yourself too deep, especially if you're just looking to get a really deep stretch. You don't have to go to your limit in order to get all the same benefits. So 2 more rounds of breath wherever you are. And on your next inhale, go ahead and begin to push yourself up, slowly taking your time until you are back seated on your heels. And from here, let's just go ahead and bring our seat over to one side just so we can bring our legs out in front of us. And I'm going to turn to the long edge of the mat. So we're going to come into a wide-legged straddle pose. So go ahead and extend both legs long. So bring them to a level that feels sustainable. You don't have to be like completely stretched open like you're getting into a splits. So again, don't have to go to your complete limit or as far as you can go, because we're gonna stay here for a little bit of time. But think about opening up and externally rotating the thighs. Go ahead and let your feet fall open. So you don't want your feet or your toes to be falling in. We don't want this internal rotation. We want this external rotation. So we're really getting a nice stretch into, again, these hamstrings, into the groin, into that IT band. So push out with your heels so you can get that stretch even into almost the soles of your feet. So see how that feels. So maybe you have a block, or maybe you have a bolster or something else that you want to prop in front of you. And if you'd like to just begin to slowly fold forward, maybe you want to bring your elbows onto a block or a bolster. Maybe you want to relax your head down on something, or maybe you're just staying upright with your hands propped on the earth and just breathing here and letting yourself slowly melt and deflate down. So maybe closing down the eyes if that feels good for you to just tap inward and let yourself release into the stretch. So big opening happening into the backs of the thighs here. So just connecting with your breath, letting your breath be your anchor. If something feels really intense and you can't breathe, then just come out of it a little bit. You definitely should not jeopardize your breath for any shape. So again, maybe just sending some love to your body for all it does for you. Giving it thanks, appreciation. So you're already giving it love by doing this stretch, doing this practice. you're tending to your body and you're showing it some attention and some time, and be grateful to you for doing that as well. Because it's not often that a lot of people give their bodies the attention that they deserve. But you have, so definitely be proud of yourself for that. We're going to take 4 more deep, full rounds of breath here. So maybe if you've gone pretty deep into this stretch, maybe you'd like to even come out of it slightly for these last rounds of breath. Or maybe you would like to deepen. Last round of breath, breathing in and exhale out of the mouth. Removing any blocks, bolsters, props that you may have, and slowly begin to walk yourself back up. And from here, just slowly begin to bend at each knee. Maybe use your hands to help your legs out, bringing the soles of your feet together, and we're gonna come into butterfly pose, so Baddha Konasana. Maybe you want to bring your heels really close in towards you, or perhaps you'd like to bring them farther away so you're in a bit more of a diamond shape. So choose your journey, but go ahead and take your thumbs and bring them to the soles of your feet and just give them a little push, give them a little massage. So let's grow our spine again, nice and tall. Close down the eyes. And if you'd like, you can fold forward, or you can stay upright and just massage your feet, whatever feels good for you. Maybe this massage is feeling good that you want to continue it up your legs, grabbing your ankles and your calves, squeezing that fleshy, meaty part of your calf. If you've been doing a lot of walking or things are feeling sore, then this should feel pretty good. Feels pretty good for me. I've started to make this a habit through my yoga practice or stretches, is to just bring in a little self-massage, and yeah, I think that it's really nice. Two more rounds of breath wherever you are. If you folded forward, you can begin to lift yourself back up. And we're going to come into one final pose, but for this we're going to bring it down onto our backs. So go ahead and lay down onto your back. So if you do have a block, then we're going to use it for this one. We're going to come into a supported bridge pose. If you don't have a prop with you or anything, then that's fine. You can just stay in a regular bridge pose. But if you have a block, then go ahead and lift your hips up and tuck it right under your sacrum. And then you can lower yourself back down so you can kind of find that sweet spot. And you can just stay here. Maybe open up your hands, splay your palms out and open. So this is going to be our final pose. This is like our Shavasana, but it's a supported bridge pose instead. So just giving ourselves some decompression here. If you don't have a block and you're just on the ground, you can knock your knees together and be in like a constructive rest. That's nice. Or if you want to push your hips up and actually get right into a bridge pose, you can do that too for a couple rounds of breath, and then let yourself come down and relax. So, yogi's choice. But let's just take about 5 rounds of breath here to just let ourselves relax and slow down. Sometimes it can be nice to bring your arms overhead, grabbing onto opposite elbows. If you kind of want like a little chest opener or shoulder stretch, then that's an option too. And one more deep round of breath. Breathing in through the nose and let it out the mouth on your exhale. We're going to remove the block so you can lift your hips up, taking that block out from under you if you have it. And we'll just hug our knees into our chest for a moment. Maybe a little rock. And then just let yourself roll over to one side in a little fetal position. Taking a full round of breath here. And go ahead and push yourself up to a seat. And maybe just closing down the eyes. Tapping into your breath one more time as we close our practice. Bringing your hands to heart center or perhaps somewhere else on the body that feels good to you today. And again, just giving yourself some love and some gratitude and sending that love and gratitude to your hard-working body. So, namaste, yogis, and thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Leave me a comment. Let me know how this went for you. If you haven't already, then please subscribe or share this practice with somebody you think might benefit. But thank you again and have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.